Alright everyone, how you guys doing? In this video I want to give my review on BT Infinity now that I've had it for a little over 3 weeks. Ignore the mess in the back. I know it's pretty bad, it's really messy. But a lot of you have asked what is my experience, and I was kind of hesitant in doing this video simply because internet service, it depends from area to area. It depends how far you are from the exchange, and some areas are worse than others. But here's my kind of review of BT Infinity. And you know, I have changed internet service provider over the past 8 years. I've changed it more than I've changed my pants. You know, no exaggeration there, I'll be honest. I think there was 1 year where I changed like 5 or 6 times because it was that bad. And the way that I would get out of contract without paying is just kind of exceeding the limits. So I would just put tons of stuff on download overnight, and in the next couple of days I would get a warning letter saying I have exceeded my limit, and this is my second warning, final warning, and then they would just cut me off. So you know, I was with Pipix, Tiscali, Bulldog. They just outright refused to connect my telephone line, formerly known as Cable and Wireless. FreeServe, Wanadu, they ended up being the one company. Neldrum, BT, and then came a company called Be There, who I've been with the longest, and it's quite surprising actually. And they were the best in my opinion in terms of service, connections, really reliable. Speeds were as advertised, fantastic speeds. But I was with them for the longest, and it came to a stage where we weren't getting anywhere. Speeds were there, customer service was there. They promised kind of fibre optic last year. It didn't happen. They then pushed the dates forward to this year, and fibre optic is still not on their list. So it was a bit of a gamble, knowing how pathetic other ISPs were coming back onto BT, which I'd had crap experiences with. But nevertheless, I thought, you know what, just bite the bullet and take the risk. And it was one that I was surprised how good it actually is. For starters, the whole process of setting it up was good, because the engineer came out on a weekend, on a Saturday, to fix the line. So he turned up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he was done within 3 hours. So bearing in mind I'd switched over to BT, I'd signed the contract and stuff, I was still with my old provider until Saturday, when BT came to switch over. So I only had a downtime of maybe a couple of hours at most. It wasn't days or weeks. So that was a good angle. I was still connected. The engineer came at 9 o'clock, spent 3 hours, spent about 2 hours in the back end at the exchange, you know, fixing all the wires and stuff and making the switchover happen. So he was at the house for about under an hour. He fixed the home hub, as it's known. It's a router, and then that was all good to go. It then took a further 10 days, although he said this wasn't guaranteed it would improve the speeds, but the line has to stabilise for the first 10 days just to kind of settle down. I haven't really noticed any decreases or increases, anything major, but the speeds have been absolutely phenomenal, as you can tell from the speed test which I've done. You know, upload speeds is what I was mostly concerned about. So YouTube uploads are happening like, you know, really super fast. A gig file is uploading within like 12-13 minutes, which is insane. Previously it would take just over 2 hours, but now it's happening just under 10 to 12 minutes, which is phenomenal. Same with the download stuff, you know, playing Xbox and downloading Lego files. It's doing pretty well, I can't complain. So I'm paying £10 more now than I was to my previous provider. So that extra £10 has given me 10 times the speed in essence. Speed wise, connection wise, extremely reliable so far for the past couple of weeks that I've had it. I've had a run in with the customer services maybe 1 or 2 times just to kind of chase up the BT Home Hub and inquire about a few kind of settings. Top notch, no complaints there. The numbers kind of local rate as well, which is good. They don't have live chat as my previous provider had, nor are they really good at replying to emails, but phone support is so far so good. Here's a top tip: your BT Home Hub, use port number 3 for your Ethernet. One of you on Twitter told me this kind of tip, and basically if you use port number 3 you get more or a better speed than you do over the other ports. So the engineer will, you know, at default, put it in port number 1, take the wire out and put it into port number 3, and you'll get beastly speeds. So I can't remember your name, but you really heard it here. But that is it for this video. A few of you on Facebook asked, how am I getting on? Should I bite the bullet? And I would say go for it. You've still got the month to kind of cancel, or the 14-day kind of cancellation period. That is what was going to be plan B for me if BT Infinity didn't work out, and so far it's working out and I'm stuck in an 18-month contract. So fingers crossed it's going to be touchwood come the next couple of months. If not, I'm kind of screwed. But so far so good. I can recommend it. Again, it depends on your area, so do kind of ask on forums. thinkbroadband.co.uk or .com is a good source. Just put in your postcode and it'll kind of tell you, or ask people in forums how they are getting on with their own area, and that should kind of shed some light. If you've got BT Infinity or any other fibre optic in the UK, I believe Virgin is the only second choice. I could be wrong. How are you getting on? What kind of speeds are you getting? You're probably not going to beat my speed as on screen. You just can't, because I'm always better. I'm always better. But I'll see you in the next video. Are you mad, bro?